Hello, 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 everyone. It's your girl Felicia, and I am coming to you today with some new perspective on things. I want to talk to you today about uh, the difference between value and worth. It's been a minute since I've been on here, but I felt the need to come on and to give a little bit of insight of knowing the difference and knowing who you are. So, ladies, this message is mainly for you. However, it can help the man of interest look further into who you are. It's important that we know who we are and whose we are. And it's important for us to know what we're worth. I'm going to read to you from Proverbs 3:15, and I'm going to read from the NIV version of it. It says, "She is more precious than rubies, and nothing you desire can compare with her." Now, I'm going to give you the definition of value, and I'm going to give you the definition in worth. Value is something that fluctuates depending on the person. And this is important to know because what's valuable to you may not necessarily be valuable to someone else. If you're in the store with a friend and they're looking at this beautiful picture, and from their perspective, that picture may be so valuable to them, it may mean something special to you. But when you look at that same picture of what they're looking at, you may say, "Oh, yes, it's a beautiful picture, but, it's not anything that I would want or not anything that I would pay that price for." So value can fluctuate depending on the person's opinion of what's being looked at in value. Worth is something that does not fluctuate. Worth is something being, let me see how I can put this. When you see something that has worth, it is just what it is. If it's $500, it's $500. If it's $4,000, it's $4,000. Its value can change, but its worth cannot change. Whatever it is priced at, whatever it is marked at, whoever you are worth more than just what a price tag says. You're worth more than what people see the value in you as. So it's important for you to know that your worth will never change in value. You are who you are. If I may say that like that. Like, if I am priceless, then there's nothing that you can do to put a cost on me because I'm priceless. So let me explain to you where all this is stemming from. A few weeks ago, I was approached with what I call a deal from the devil. The reason why I call it a deal from the devil is because the person that made me this offer apparently did not know who I was. Apparently, he thought that I was something of value, something that he can throw a price at. But what I found in his offer was disrespectful. It was trash. It was a deal from the devil. Why? Because I don't think he knew that I knew who I was. I am a child of God, and I am priceless. I don't settle for somebody offering me anything for a price. I'm not sure why he would be so comfortable and bold in what he thought was valuable to him, but was priceless to me. I am a child of God. I am enough. I don't need to settle for anything that is value to someone else. I know who I am. I am a strong, confident woman, a strong child of God, a daughter of the Most High, and there is nothing that anybody can offer me that can change my worth. It doesn't matter what the offer is. If I have to use an example, I say this all the time. Houston, Texas is a place that you go, you hang out, visit friends and relatives, and then you come on back home. That's how I see it. Okay? Because there is no amount of money that can make me move to that city. There is no amount of money that is going to make me think that it is worth me sitting in traffic for hours and hours at a time daily. Nothing. Okay? So if God affirmed us women in this Bible, he said we're worth more than rubies, and nothing can compare to her. That means that we have to know our worth. That means that we can't just settle for somebody trying to throw some coins at us for a good time. That's not who I am. And I will never reduce myself and belittle myself to think that money can buy me, that money can change the worth in who I am. And I want you ladies to know that you have to look within yourself. God says that we are enough. And he says that we are worth more than rubies. We're not just valuable. We are worth. We are filled with worth. You can't put a cost on who we are. Don't let a person think that they can throw money at you or material things at you and devalue you as a person. You are not here to settle for something less than who you are and what you're worth. We have to know what we like. We have to know who we are. We have to know whose we are. We have to know that we are precious and that nothing can change the person of who God says that we are. You have to know that about yourself. You have to look in the mirror. We're all flawed. We all make mistakes, but that does not say that we're not worth anything. It doesn't matter what bill needs to be paid. It doesn't matter what you think you may need from the grocery store or whatever else it may come up that may tempt you to take such an offer. God says that he will supply all of our needs according to his riches and glory, so that there is nothing that we have to settle for. We will not have to sit here and be disrespected by somebody else that doesn't know that we're worth more than anything that has a price tag on it. Anything that is material. We're rooted in love. We're not rooted in evil. And the crazy thing about most people that offer you what I call a deal with the devil can't even afford to give you what they're offering. Why would you sell yourself short? Why would you put a price tag on yourself? Look in that mirror. Know that you are enough. Know that you're worth nothing of value, that you are priceless, and that a person that throws money, material things, groceries, whatever it is, can change who you are and what you're worth. We have to know better. We can't accept those things from people who do not know you, or people who value you for what they think you should have. Think about that for a minute, ladies. Don't sell yourself short. Don't let anybody disrespect you. Don't let anybody offer you something. If it's not rooted in love, it's not rooted in God. If it's an offer for something temporary, it's not for you. Figure out who you are. Know your worth. Stand firm in your worth. Let nothing bring down the worth that's in you. We are not defined by people. We're not defined by things. We're defined by God and who he says that we are. He molded us. He knitted us. He says that we are worth more than our situations, more than what can be offered, more than what we're struggling against. Don't sell yourself short. Know that you are worth more than anything that anybody can compare you to. Don't let someone take away from you what you already know about yourself, because there's a need. And the funny thing is, when that deal came through from the devil, guess what? I didn't need anything. I didn't ask for anything. sometimes kindness comes back and bites you sometimes. Why? Because being the person that you are sometimes, because that's who God built you to be, a kind and loving person, doing for this person or that person, can be the very thing that people take for a weakness. I can be kind and I can be nice. And I'm not going to let anybody change who I am. But I will stand up for myself. And I will stand firm in who I am. And tell that person and whoever else may think because I'm nice that I'm not worth anything, that I am. There's nothing that anybody can offer me that will take away from who I am and who God has rooted in me to be. Ladies, find yourself, know your worth, and don't let anybody distract you with those crazy deals. Okay? I just thought I'd share. And you know what? I'm going to say one more thing about this deal that I got from the devil. When you don't give into what they think you should, they crawfish. They crawfish backwards. Their stories change. But the one thing that I can tell you is I don't need to worry about what somebody else says, whatever lie that they told. Because truth be told, it was sending a message, which means there's a time and a date stamp on it. And people think that you don't care. But hey, when they're still living their lives uninterrupted, when the very thing that I said was, you're disrespectful, and I am not a lady of the evening, there's no need for you to crawfish back. You send it in a text. But I don't have to prove anything to anybody. But when you sitting at home, alone, with your own thoughts, and what you've done, it's going to hurt you more than it's going to hurt me. You know why? Because God has taught me to forgive people even when they're not sorry. And sometimes people will tell you they're sorry, but they can't tell you what they're sorry for. Sorry, maybe that they got caught. Sorry because you didn't respond the way they thought you should. It's really not my problem. And ladies, it's not your problem. As long as you know who you are, as long as you're are understanding that you are worth more than anything that anybody could offer you, as long as you know who you are and whose you are, they can tell their story all they want. But at the end of the day, what I'm worth is still priceless. Think about it. Let me know how you feel. Have a good day.